Hey, welcome back everyone. They're going to go ahead and get this replay started. A large number of zealots, large number of stalkers now sitting over here. Here we have a couple marines, couple stalkers, a lot of range units, and a lot of sentries. Quickly doing a scanner sweep, trying to go ahead and push in and trying to focus down those units. Nice EMP shockwave, hitting a lot of those zealots, so those zealots getting taken down. And wow, why is that lagging there? Anyways, we have a couple of those pylons now getting taken down, so as those force fields are in position, those units are unable to really do anything else. They're going to be trying to push back in, but still more force fields being used. Another EMP shockwave hitting a lot of those units once again as we continue to fight, able to get another EMP shockwave. So a lot of damage being dealt across all of these units here. This is just a really bad fight for Elvish and Specter as we're just fighting up this ramp, able to take down some of those warp gates getting taken down, and we have a couple pylons taken down. So this whole entire front door taken down by this very comparable army. Ghosts still have plenty of energy for additional shockwaves as Zealots and Stalkers continue to come back out. Nice Guardian Shield by that one Sentry. Another EMP shockwave, so Elvish taking a lot of damage or not having those shields in order to soak up some of that damage, and those Ghosts continuing to try to move out. Still having those two Ghosts still have enough energy for an EMP shockwave, so able to just continue this fight and continue to push. We now finally have an Immortal coming out from Spectre, but that's going to be too little too late as those probes are just walking single file. A nice force field blocking one of those poor probes from being able to escape, and the Immortal getting taken down by those sentries. Nexus now getting taken down. Zealots trying to do a little bit of a charge, able to charge back in and microing that Marauder away. More units now coming in, more Marines, more Marauders, stimping them halfway across the field, hoping that they would get there in time in order to fight back even further. And now here come those Zealots. Zealots trying to charge back in, but not going to really work as more units are coming in for a reinforcement. Spectre in a little bit of trouble, trying to drop down some cannons as well, able to disable all of these warp gates. So all those warp gates getting taken down very quickly, and now trying to use those force fields once again to stop those poor probes from being able to escape. Only one probe able to make it out as the rest of those probes getting stuck by those force fields. Nexus now getting taken down, and Spectre is going to be revealed. So this one army just doing a very good job of just pushing in and being able to take down Spectre. Now more Stalkers trying to come in. We have some Marauders and Marines, and now some Siege Tanks, as I realize we cannot win this whole entire game just by EMP Shockwave alone, even if we do in fact have those Guardian Shields. No Immortal, so we're trying to mass up as much of an army as we can. We want to make sure that Spectre does not have anything else over here. So we're going to go ahead and try to take down this Assimilator. Assimilator going to get taken down, and then we're going to go ahead and move back to this northern position. Now we had two options. We can either put Siege Tanks down here to try to shoot across, or we could try to siege them up. Because due to the number of cannons here, we really want to just be able to push in on this position. So here come in those Siege Tanks. Siege Tanks now starting to blast away at those cannons, trying to take down some of those probes, and Gifted now with that Guardian Shield able to protect a lot of those units. Unbeknownst to us though, High Templar getting some Psystorm, taking a lot of that damage, trying to run away from that Psystorm, taking a lot of damage, a lot of damage just being dealt across all those infantry units, and more units now, more High Templars now coming back, and another Psystorm hitting a lot of those, and another trying to move away, trying to continue to move, but we're taking so much damage, we're going to be forced to just try to attack with what we have here. Siege Tank going to start blasting away at that gateway, down it goes, and now moving these Siege Tanks, trying to stagger them so that one Siege Tank will in fact be able to cover another. In comes that Archon. Archon trying to take down this one Siege Tank, but that Archon, because it has that range of 3, almost able to take down that Siege Tank. Siege Tank down to 15 hit points, and now going to start blasting away at that Zealot. Zealot going to get taken down once again. Another Siege Tank now moving in, trying to get within that blast range, trying to get a little bit closer to get a further attack range. Going to be able to take down some of those cannons. Once again, moving more units in, more Marines coming in, just trying to keep this pressure up. Sentries also again coming in as well, so those Sentries will in fact be able to push back a lot of those units. Photon cannons and perhaps another pylon being warped in as well. No, I don't see any additional pylons, and more sentries and an additional siege tank just trying to continue to push here. Zealots now going to be trying to rush in, trying to charge, trying to take down some of these siege tanks, but really unable to, as there's 4 siege tanks just pushing into the space, keeping that siege range in order to take down all of these cannons. So each of these units, once again another High Templar able to take down a fair amount of my infantry, but still 4 siege tanks still blasting away into the space. Gifted now reinforcing with some additional units, also going to be building some pylons in order to be able to warp in some more units. More Psystorm, so all of these Templars trying to do as much Psystorm, able to take down a lot of those units. Another Psystorm casting, and able to deal a lot of that damage. Elvish says, GG Crota. And once again, trying to get an additional Archon to try to push in. I do a little smile, and I go, you know me? And he goes, and then Gifted is like, he knows you. So yeah, just a little bit of that chat. You guys can read it. So more siege tanks just blasting away towards this north-hand side. Specter with that single Nexus, but not going to be able to really do much. I should really consider moving this siege tank in. I brought in an SCV in order to start repairing as well. Should have hit F1 to try to find it because it's still currently idle. Medivacs now up in the air trying to offer some additional healing, but that it's too much as we were able to break through that front wall. Cannons, or sorry, those Marines trying to fight back against those probes. Marines are upgraded 1-0 and still able to take on a lot of those probes, take on a lot of those harvesters. Now sentries, large number of sentries just coming in to just fight back here. What is that? How many sentries is that? 13 sentries, and all dealing 8 damage each very, very consistently, and then Elvish and Specter leave the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this 2v2 replay with Terran and Protoss teaming up together using early spells, EMP and Force Field in order to get the victory. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening.